Oh, hello. I was going by my daughter-in-law's clock in here, and I suddenly realized it's after 2 o'clock. So, hi. I am Deanna Blackman, Stampin' Dee, and I am broadcasting to you this morning from San Antonio, Texas. So I hope you waited around. I'm looking down here to see if I, hold on a minute. I've got to turn my speakers off. Nope, that didn't do it. Hold on. Okay. So, we have been keeping grandkids this week while our son and daughter-in-law are in Cancun at an all-inclusive resort, laying on the beach, eating lobster and creme brulee, and yeah, you know how that goes. But we have had the privilege of spending time with our grandchildren, who are, for the most part, grown now. Caleb is 17. No, Caleb is 19. Is that right? I'll have to go back and figure out. Riley is 17, and Cade is 11. So, more time with the 11-year-old than the other two. But it's been our privilege. So I tried to bring everything I would need with me to do this Mystery Monday. Oh, I hope you didn't go away. I hope I don't see. If you are on, would you please comment that you're here with me so that I'll know. I had several people comment that they were, earlier in the week, that they were going to join the Mystery Monday or Mystery Thursday, but I don't see them on right now. So I hope I can't believe that I was so late getting on. I should not have been looking at Elisa's clock. I should have been looking at my watch. Oh, Kathy, yay, I see Kathy and Kay. Oh, I'm glad y'all didn't give up on me. Anyway, just a couple of things I want to remind you about before we get down to the mystery card. The November class to go is Eden's Garden, which is a brand new stamp set. It's not even available to the public yet, but I can order it for our November class to go. So if you want to be a part of the November class to go, then let me know. I believe it's by November, hold on a minute, by November, like November 17th, probably, somewhere in there. So we've got time, and I'll put details and pictures of cards once I get back home. Being gone for a week has just been crazy. But anyway, the class to go is always $35, and there will be an add-on and other things to go with Eden's Garden. And I've got all that information at home. I don't have it here. So, then we have a penguin party coming up. And oh, everybody's going to want to do the penguin party. We will be making cards using the penguin set, and I will use my set. But if you have that set and you bring it, then you will get a $5 off coupon. That way we have more stamps to go around. I mean, you'll be using your own stuff. We will make 6 cards, and you will receive a half of a pack of the penguin party, whatever the name of that designer series paper that's no longer available to you. So you'll receive a half a pack of that paper as well. So keep an eye on the website, on my business page here, and find out more about that. All right, let's get to the card. Thank you for watching, and for those who are watching the replay, thank you for being here. All right, I'm going to move my phone over to the camera stand. So hold on a minute. Let's see. This is always a little scary because I don't want to cut you off. All right. Turn it down and adjust it. Hold on a minute. Here we go. Hold on. I'm not sure what's happening here. I think it's because a call is coming through. Okay, here we are. Yay. Woo! Okay. This is clue 1, and I hope you have your pieces ready to assemble the card. This was on the website earlier, so I'm going to leave it on here for just a minute so that you can make sure you have everything. All right, as we go through, then you will tell me that you're done with clue 2 if you're making the card with us, so that I don't go too fast. All right, so you've got your card base, your 8.5 by 5.5 cardstock, and that should coordinate with whatever designer series paper you've chosen. And then you'll have another cardstock, coordinating cardstock, 4.25 by 3.25. Then you'll have 2 pieces of designer series paper, a 4 by 3 and a 1.5 by 4 that is different. It could be the back side or just a coordinating designer series paper. Then you'll have a piece of basic white cardstock, approximately 2.25 by 3.5, and you could use a framelit die for this piece if you wanted to, about that size. And then another piece of basic white, 4.25 by 5.5 for the inside. And then you want to make sure you've got a large sentiment stamp that's going to fit on the basic white piece. Some extra basic white scraps. A piece of wide ribbon that's 3 3/4 inch long. A narrower ribbon that you will make a bow out of. And then some small images, stamps, die cuts, and ink for those, and adhesive. All right, here we go. Clue 2. Let me make sure. Can y'all see that? Let me get this lowered just a little bit. Let me see. I can't get it. Whoops. All right. Hold on. Let me make sure I've got this. I'm trying to position it. All right, there we go. Clue 2. Stamp the sentiment on the right side of the basic white cardstock, or the basic white, the 2.25 by 3.5 piece. Stamp your sentiment. Go ahead and stamp your sentiment on that piece. And you want to stamp it over on the right side. Okay, are you making this card as we go? Kathy, are you making it as we go? I'm watching for your comments. And let's see. Oh, Kathy's in Buffalo, New York. Wow. I bet it's cold there, isn't it? Okay. Great, Kathy. I'm so glad you're watching. You'll love this card. Then you can go back and replay and make it. All right, Kay. I'll wait. You just tell me when you're done with this first part, when that you've stamped your sentiment. Cloudy and rainy. Hmm. All right. Got your sentiment stamped? All right. Okay. We're going to go to clue 3. Clue 3. Arrange the stamped and die-cut small images on the left side of your sentiment piece. And you can use stamped and die-cut pieces or just stamped pieces, but your sentiment is on the right and your pieces, either little flower and leaf pieces or an image, stamped or die-cut image on the left side of the sentiment piece. So I'll give you a minute to do that, Kay, and whoever else is doing this. So, Kathy, how long are you going to be in New York? In cloudy and rainy Buffalo, New York. Oh, okay. So another week? Well, no. Yeah, more than a week. I lose all track of time when we're here in San Antonio because nothing is the same. You know, my routine, my schedule, nothing is the same. So I lose all track of time. But it's been nice to just relax. Well, mostly relax. You know, the dogs, there are 3 dogs and 1 cat. And one of the dogs is ours. That is providing more drama than the kids. So keeping them out of each other's food. We let Sadie eat the other 2 dogs' food the first couple of days, and then she got, well, you know what. So we have to keep her away from the other food, which is one of those self-feeding things that stays down all the time. Oh, my goodness. Well, anyway. But my schedule is, it's just, I have no schedule except to get something to eat for dinner. That's probably just, and we take Cade to school first thing in the morning, but he rides the bus home. All right. Are you caught up, Kay? I don't want to leave you behind. All right. Okay. All right. Clue 4. You're going to adhere the 4x3 piece of designer series paper to your 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 cardstock. And you want to do this landscape style. So here's your cardstock, your 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Here's your cardstock. And here is your designer series paper. And you want to do it landscape style. All right? Just want to make sure. Now, if you did it portrait, it would be fine. And everybody's card is going to look different. Everybody's card is going to look different. All right, so adhere your designer series paper, the 4 1/4, the 4x3 designer series paper to the 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 cardstock. Got that? And I know there will be those who will be watching this on YouTube later on, and that makes it nice because you can pause and back up. And those of you who are watching it live and doing the card, you can always, when this is over, you can always go back it up, and take your time. But I love to see what you're doing. I love to see what you've come up with as we go along. I love that. And I love doing the mystery cards. Mine don't always turn out great, but then I take that pattern, that design, and I go back and make something that's more to my style. All right, here we go. So you've adhered your designer series paper, the 4x3, to the 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 cardstock. And now you're going to adhere that piece to the card base. So the piece we just finished with, adhere that to the card base, centered. And remember, here's your card base. This is not a card base, but it's all I've got here. You're going to do it landscape style. Landscape, not portrait, but landscape. You want it to be landscape style. Okay, this way. All right. So adhere that piece to your card base and center it. Have I given you time to catch up, Kay? All right. All right. Clue 5. Now we're going to go to clue 6. Clue 6. Now, you are to adhere the smaller DSP to the card front about a 1/4 inch up from the bottom of the larger DSP. So you're going to take the smaller piece of DSP, which was 1.5 by 4, and you're going to adhere it to your card front about a 1/4 inch up from the larger DSP. And go ahead and adhere that. Use your adhesive and put it down. So right now we're just attaching pieces to the card front. You've already done the hard part if you've done the sentiment and your little images. The rest is just attaching, following directions and attaching. This piece goes about a 1/4 inch up from the bottom of the larger piece of designer series paper or pattern paper. Okay. All right. Let's go on to the next clue. Clue 7. Now, you're going to adhere the wide ribbon to the bottom edge of the smaller DSP. So, I'm going to try to show you. Here's your cardstock, your base, your DSP, your second DSP, which is about a 1/4 inch up from the bottom. And then you're going to take the wide ribbon and put it, adhere it. It won't, it'll only, you just want to center it. Adhere it to the bottom. This is not my card. This is just a sample I brought to make this part clear. All right. So adhere the wide ribbon to the bottom edge of your smaller DSP with adhesive. try to keep it centered. So get your ribbon attached at the bottom of the smaller piece of DSP. All right, this is coming together. We're almost there. Believe it or not, we're almost there. All right, here we go. Now you're going to adhere the decorated sentiment piece onto your DSP, your designer series paper, with dimensionals, allowing the wide ribbon to show along the bottom. So here's we've got this attached. I'm trying to, mine's not attached, so it keeps moving around. So you're gonna, your sentiment piece already has your sentiment and your images, and you're gonna attach it with dimensionals to where this ribbon shows at the bottom. You want it over the ribbon, overlapping the ribbon a little bit, but you want your ribbon to show at the bottom. All right. Here we go again. Got it? So Kathy, do I remember that you're from New York? I can't remember from the party, but I think I remember that. So I assume you're visiting family, maybe, in Buffalo. Okay. All right. That's wonderful. I'm glad you're getting to do that. All right. So we have added our sentiment piece onto our designer series paper with dimensionals, allowing the ribbon, the wide ribbon, to show along the bottom. Now, tie the smaller piece of ribbon, or the smaller ribbon, narrower ribbon, into a bow and attach it to the sentiment piece. So you know where you put your little images. You can attach the bow wherever you want to on your sentiment piece. So you tie that narrower ribbon into a bow and attach it to your sentiment piece. I know that's probably the hardest part of the whole thing, is tying the ribbon into a bow, right? But the more you do it, the better you'll get. I promise, the more you do it, the better you'll get. The faster you'll be able to tie that bow. I took all 3 dogs out to be good girls first thing this morning. And Millie is huge. She's this huge teddy bear dog. And then their other dog, Keisha, is a much smaller schnauzer type dog. And then our little dog is a Bichon Poo. So she's even smaller. And I had one of them on the leash. And the bigger dog, the biggest dog, has a shock collar on. And then our little dog just goes out. So for some reason, the biggest dog, and she is the sweetest, friendliest, but she's just a puppy, and she's huge, and she's playful, but for some reason, she decided to attack their other dog. And I couldn't get them apart, and I couldn't get them in the house, and oh my goodness, it scared me to death. I was afraid somebody was going to get hurt. So that was the drama this morning, is those two dogs getting in a fight. And I was afraid Sadie, our little dog, was going to jump in the middle of it, and she would have, yeah, that would have been the end of Sadie. All right, you have your bow tied and attached to your sentiment piece. Clue 10, add any other embellishments desired. So if you want to add some gems, some rhinestones, some jewels, if you want to add something else, now is the time to do it. You should have everything put together. And I am ready to show you the finished product here in just a minute. Okay, are you caught up? I thought that Brenda was going to, another stamping friend, Brenda was going to follow along this morning, but I haven't seen a comment from her, so I don't know if she decided to wait and watch the replay or what. All right. Are you ready, Kay? Are y'all ready for the big reveal? Okay, I'm not seeing anything. All right. All right, for time's sake, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to leave this down on the table. This is Elisa's desk, and it's this beautiful teal color. So, here we go. Okay, Kay's working on the ribbon. I'm going to wait for you. That was why she didn't get back to me. She was busy with her ribbon. Kathy, when you get home, I hope you'll go back and make one of these cards. I think you'll love it. I really do. Okay. Our granddaughter is a drum major. It's her senior year, and she's a drum major, and she got us these cool t-shirts that says, mine says Drum Major Grandma, and Clint says Drum Major Grandpa. And oh, they are so cool. Mine's sparkly. So we're going to the football game tomorrow night, and we get to see her for the first time actually be a drum major, do what drum majors do. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be a drum major grandma. And yeah, so that's sort of the highlight of our week. That, and our grandson works at a restaurant, Mexican restaurant nearby. So we're going to go eat lunch at his restaurant, and he's going to come sit with us a minute. And then we're going to go to the football game that night. So tomorrow is going to be a big day, and then we come home Saturday morning. Oh, and we'll go to the airport and pick up Todd and Elisa sometime late Friday night, and then we'll come home Saturday morning. So, all right. How are you doing, Kay? You about there? All right. I'm going to go ahead. Here is the card. Here we go. So my card base was the mint macaron. And then my other cardstock, I wanted to accent some gold. For those of you who follow me, you know that I am in this loving gold phase. And so I used some of my precious gold cardstock as my second cardstock. And then my 2 pattern papers are from the new Gardens Eden paper, design series paper, that we're doing the November class to go. So that designer series paper. And then my sentiment piece, and I had to fussy cut these little acorns. But I used some of my gold from my Expressions in Ink ephemera pack. So, and then some gold braid and some gold, these, the gilded gems, or the what do they call them? Genial gems that you received with your last class. So this is it. And I did inside. Yeah, I put my piece inside, and I didn't include that in the thing. I should have. And I just stamped a couple of the stamps inside. So you need to do your inside. I didn't even think about that when I was preparing the mystery card. So this is it, and I want to see yours. I want to see yours. You probably can't see my ribbon. It's a pale mint macaron ribbon down here. So that's harder to see on this card. But I love this layout. I love the way it looks. I love using the 2 pattern papers. Mine sort of blend together, but nonetheless, I just love doing it. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you will go to my group page, and the link, I believe, the link is down here somewhere. Let's see, I'm looking down to see. It's Stampin' Dee Dee's Doings and Designs, and that's where the album is for the mystery card. Or you can go to my blog and post a photo of your mystery card there in the comments, and if you'll just scroll down to the Third Thursday mystery card, my blog address is right there. So I want to see the card that you've made, whether you're watching live. Kay and Kathy, when you get home, I want to see a picture of the card you make, or if you're watching the replay, I hope that you will post a picture of your card. Thank you for joining me for Third Thursday mystery card, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you next Thursday. All right. Bye-bye.